My name is Rohan Alluri, and this is my Physics 2212 Circuits Lab. So the purpose of the experiment was to understand the behavior of capacitors and ohmic resistors, to predict values and behavior caused by the resistors in parallel and series, to measure the actual values of conventional current and potential differences in circuits by using multimeters, and to finally calculate the RC quantity within a circuit based on theoretical and experimental observations. So when we actually completed the experiment, some of the results that we got were listed in the part 1 and part 2. For part 2, you can see that the RC value we got was approximately 6, and the slope of the graph is shown in the bottom right hand corner. So some of the fundamental physics principles that we used within this lab were Ohm's law, where voltage is equal to current times resistance, capacitance, which is equal to charge divided by the voltage, and both the loop rule, which is the circuit's total potential difference is 0 due to path independence, and the node rule, which is the amount of current flowing into a node is equal to the amount of current flowing out of a node. The system is the ammeter or the voltmeter, and the surrounding is the RC circuit. The initial condition that we used to complete part 1 of the lab, which is shown in the model, is listed, and to do this we downloaded the circuit construction kit from PHET and then created the circuit model with the following properties. So what we found when actually developing this model was that the predicted current was 0.0204 amps and that the actual current ended up being 0.02 amps. Similarly, the reverse ammeter ended up being negative 0.02 and was negative since flipping the ammeter would reverse the current flow. So when we did the open circuit alternative, we replaced the second ammeter with the voltmeter, and the predicted reading was 3 volts since there is a 3 volt potential at the battery and 0 volt potential at the resistor, making this an open circuit. The actual reading also was 3 volts, and in this simulation, the voltmeter has infinite resistance, which can create an open circuit since current cannot flow through the voltmeter. And here we listed the potential differences values we got, and a summary of this is shown in the pictures to the right. We found that delta V of the round trip is the sum of the potential differences, and that 3V, 0.96V minus 2.04V all equals 0, which supports the loop rule that energy is conserved within a circuit. We also see that both the start and end are at 0. So to do the ammeter in parallel, this time we place an ammeter in parallel to the 100 ohm resistor, and we can see that the current increases from 0.02 amps to 0.06 amps due to the fact that the parallel ammeter causes less current to encounter the 100 ohm resistor. And also, since we know Ohm's law, which is V is equal to I times R, we know resistance and current are both inversely proportional within one another, which means that resistance goes down and current increases. As well as we notice how the current increases throughout the whole circuit. You can see the calculations that we made that are listed, and we see from these calculations that they support the idea that there is no resistance in the wires or ammeters, and that the calculated resistance is slightly higher than expected since the ammeter is not precise itself. So to complete the step 2 of the lab, we use the initial conditions that are listed, and the model is seen in the image as well. So the charging behavior, when the capacitor charges, there's a maximum current at first, but this decreases over time at an exponential rate. And with the fully charged capacitor, there is no current. The different charging times for the different bulbs are listed as well. Similarly, when discharging, there is a maximum current at first, but this decreases over time at an exponential rate. And you can see within a completely discharged capacitor that there is no current with the bullet points. And these are the two models of the charging and discharging, and then we see that they're nearly identical, with the only difference being that the discharging model has no battery. And in this slide, you can see how we solved for RC, which is a capacitor time constant. You see how the voltage decreases exponentially with time, but by taking the natural log of both sides, we can take RC out of the exponent and solve for it linearly. And by using the following equation, we see that RC is equal to around 6 seconds. For the sources of error, some of the sources of error could be due to inaccurate timing or due to the fact that the experiment was not done in a closed system, which leads to misleading values due to the presence of external forces. Also, we could have done this experiment again where wires and ammeters must have zero resistance to get accurate values. For the first what if question, we see that real-life ammeters actually have resistance unlike the simulated ones, so it would have caused the real-life current readings to be less than the true values. And for the second question, in theory, it would charge instantly and be an ideal model, but the real-life model will most likely slightly take longer because all components of the circuit have resistance.